Hey, welcome to the Boofhead Show, and today we're going to talk about some cool things about New Year's resolutions to do with fitness and protein powders. What are the scams? I'm going to show you a really cool way. It's a really awesome way how to feel good about yourself without any effort. No exercise, no dieting, and you'll feel slim. It's brilliant, I tell you. And some useless things. Show you some useless stuff. So let's hit it.
So as you can see, we have something a bit different today. We're here together in person. So for those who don't know, Daryl, he lives in the States. He lives in the United States, and we're here in Australia now. So
And the reason why I'm here is because last podcast, the internet was a bit crap and my audio didn't come through very good. So I decided to come over here for this podcast.
all right, so it's January 2023.
It is January. Okay, I just lied. I'm over here for a funeral. Thanks to my brother and his wife, brought me over to be with the family for a funeral, and so Brad and I are lucky to be able to record this today.
Exactly right.
Yeah. So Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, January 2023.
You got any resolutions?
I'm not big on resolutions, to be honest.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
I think resolutions are kind of superficial if you haven't achieved anything through the year and you feel guilty, and so you have to. I'm going to do this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's why. But you know what the biggest resolution is?
Losing weight.
It is.
Yeah.
The stats are the gym memberships have a really huge increase.
Yeah.
And that's why you see all the advertisements now for join the gym, right? Because
Yeah.
it's the biggest time people want to lose weight for the new year and stuff like that. But you know what is also the biggest stat? Is people breaking your resolutions.
Yeah.
And so I've never been that one to have a lose weight resolution, but and I eat like a pig. I have a trouble with consumption.
Yeah.
I just love eating. And I got up, so I'm in American system now. My brain's gone American.
Right.
And we can talk this in another podcast about imperial systems and metric. But my head is in the pounds now. And so I'm not sure how it translates. But
Right.
I got up to like 99 kilos, which is 218 pounds.
Right.
And my doctor, I went to the doctor and I got a blood test and he come back with, on a phone call, says, diet and exercise, because my cholesterol count was right up there.
Yeah.
And so I started doing, because Dakota, your sister, she's only 4.5 at the time, and on the track that I was going big fat useless father.
Right.
And so I started getting on the cycle. It's not a real cycle. You sit on it. I forgot what they call it.
Oh, I don't know what it's called.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
and so I'd watch, because I don't like cardio. I don't like doing cardio stuff. It's just boring. So I'd watch a Netflix show.
Yeah.
And something that was enticing for me to come back and watch it the next day.
Right. So it's like, oh, I get to watch my show. That's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
So I'll watch it for an hour and I'd try and push it and sweat for it, and you lose 300 calories or something, 300 to 400 calories.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I do that pretty much every day, and I think I was losing a bit I wasn't actually dieting or anything. I wasn't taking care of. I still ate like a pig. I still ate the creamy butter chickens and pastas, and I wasn't taking it that seriously. I wanted to lose weight, but you know what? I felt good about myself that I was exercising, because I never exercise.
Yeah.
But, I think men have an illusion that they're fitter than they actually are.
I think it's true. And you think women have the opposite?
Yes.
Yes.
They think they're fatter than
We
they
look
are.
in the mirror and we're like, yeah, I'm freaking massive. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
I'm muscular and
Yeah.
I'm good. And women are like, I'm fat. Or like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Tell us if we're wrong, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So I was like that. I didn't think I would had that much weight to lose, maybe 20 pounds. Because that's what the doctor said. Oh, if you lose about 10, 20 pounds, it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Right? So I got down to like 205 pounds, and I thought I was doing awesome.
Oh, yeah,
I'm a
yeah,
hero.
yeah.
I'm really good, right?
Yeah.
But I think before that, and I wasn't doing any weights or anything because I live, 20 minutes from town.
Right.
So it's a bit of an effort to go to a gym. And I just want it to be easy. I just
Yeah.
want it to, in my head, I just wanted to do 20, 30 minutes and have it easy.
Right. Yeah.
And so that's what I reached out to Braden because Braden is like mini Goku.
Just kidding.
And I bought some hexagon weights
Yeah.
so they wouldn't roll around on the floor.
Right. Yeah.
So I got like 10 and 20 pounds and just to start off, and I got Braden to do me a bit of a routine. And I was doing weights, I was getting, you know how you got me to do diamond push-ups and I couldn't actually do one?
Yeah.
I couldn't do one.
And
I
how
can
many-
do,
how many-
I can do 30 now.
30 now. Wow.
Yeah, straight.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But and those ab rollers,
Yeah,
I couldn't do
yeah.
like two. I was
You
maxed out
couldn't.
at
I know
two.
you couldn't even squat. You had really painful knees.
Oh
as well.
yeah, that's right.
Really bad knees. You couldn't squat once.
I had
basically.
an accident in 2015 where I pulling a wheel stand on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And it inverted my knee.
Yeah.
And so it took 2 years actually to recover from that. But
Yeah.
still, sometimes something would click out. The
Right,
meniscus
yeah.
would go or something like that. And sometimes I'll be walking upstairs and just suddenly the knee just wouldn't operate.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk up a stair.
So has doing your training changed that at all? Like,
Yeah,
how's your
I
knee
don't
now?
have any knee pain at all.
So
And
you're younger now.
it only took about maybe the exercises like the squats that you showed me to do,
Yeah.
maybe 2 months.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, I haven't had any issues. No.
Awesome. That's great.
I haven't had any issues since then.
Great. So, anyways, where we going? Your weight
So-
loss journey.
Yeah, so I actually before, if I backtrack to my attitude before that was
Yeah.
because I'm 56, I'm 57 this year, right?
Yeah.
And so I was getting fatter. I should show some photos.
Yeah.
I took a photo, and I didn't think I was that fat, but now I look at it and go, holy cow, it's fat.
Can I make a point? I think, so, like, we talk about women a little bit. So I think, some women will say, like, oh, I feel a bit fatty, I feel gross, or whatever. I feel like there are people out there who are very out of shape, who would have a good weight loss journey, and maybe they're still bigger than that woman who's actually quite small and thinks she's fat, and they've lost all this weight, and everyone's like, wow, you look incredible. And like, people will praise the change, and that's great. And like, what I'm trying to say is that someone here who's even really smaller is complaining about their physique.
Yeah.
And someone who's maybe even bigger than that, who's come from somewhere else, is like considered, they look amazing.
Doing really
Everyone's like,
well.
oh,
Yeah.
they look amazing, look fantastic.
Yeah.
And so the point I want to make as well is, I think if that person who's not actually that out of shape were to get out even worse out of shape in the future, they would look back at the photos like opposite to what you're saying and be like, oh wow, I was so skinny back then. I thought I was fat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So like, it's interesting how photos.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
now I look back on those photos and think, holy cow, look at that. And at my wedding,
Yeah.
Shoshana posted a photo of, a great photo of her and I.
Yeah.
I said, look at that gut. I didn't even know I had it. I didn't even know I had that gut. Now I look at it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but my attitude before exercise was I didn't like doing it because it was
Right.
just time consuming. I'm always too busy. I'd rather do other things. Hate cardio. And I think I'm doing really good if I did 2 weeks worth of exercises.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't have time for it, but I have time to feel like crap all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it says, the pain. It's hard work.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know what's hard work? Waking up with knee pain. Because sleeping at night. Because I've lost now about 48 pounds.
Whoa.
Right?
Dang.
Yeah. So that's a lot of weight I was carrying around, whether that's on your knees, sleeping in bed. Basically, your gut is cuddling you at night.
Yeah.
And that's painful. And the respiratory issues that you get.
Yeah.
Working out is painful, but living like that is more painful.
Right. Can you feel any difference? Like, do you remember feeling different, or is it hard because it's gradual?
It's gradual. It's like seeing a child grow up.
Yeah.
Right? You don't notice that difference, but in retrospect, you
You
look
could
back
think,
on
oh,
it
I
and think,
remember, like,
yeah, but immediately after a workout, I feel good.
yeah.
Like, you know what? recently I've
Yeah.
added to is burpees, right?
Oh, okay.
And so I went on a Disney trip and I started doing burpees every day. And man, for the first, I only did 20, right?
Yeah.
I thought I was a freaking hero doing 20. But I struggled from, say, 14 to 20. I get up and I just, and I jump about an inch off the ground.
Right.
And I said, I'm losing 200 calories doing this thing.
Yeah.
And I looked it up. How many calories do you lose doing 20 burpees? About 10. What?
How disappointing.
Yeah, and I thought, oh, rip off. But what I noticed was the fitness level increased and the chest got bigger because my lungs started expanding.
Right. Interesting.
And the recovery, because I can take in more oxygen,
Yeah.
the recovery's faster. And now I only started this just at Christmas,
Yeah.
is I do 3 sets of 20 burpees now.
Whoa.
In the morning.
Nice.
But that's my pre-workout warm-up.
Oh, wow.
Is 3 sets of 20, and I'm. I wish I recorded it. Well, I did the burpees, and I was laid out on the couch, rattling my chest, and Erin's going, "Holy cow!" And I asked her, "How many calories do you think I lost doing that?" She goes, 800. And I told her, 10. That's not. But I notice now that my stature is taller
Right.
and my chest actually sticks out more than my gut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so I'm feeling like I have better posture and I can walk more erect now instead of old man. So my attitude now towards life, I would just wanted to exercise for a couple of months. That's all I wanted to do.
I remember, I think you were like, you told me, hey, I told my doctor, blah, 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 I'm a bit overweight. And I think in my head, I thought you wanted a quick fix. And I was kind of worried. I was like,
I did want a quick fix.
I was thinking like,
Yeah.
oh, I hope he realizes and learns that this is going to be a lifelong thing almost. Like, there's
Yeah.
no quick fix. Like, it took you, I think the thing that most people don't understand is you spent however many years putting on that weight,
Right.
like slowly, gradually. It's just the same process, but in reverse. Like, it takes time to just undo those bad habits or whatever. Like,
I think when you came to
yeah.
America, I thought I was doing really awesome. I thought I felt pretty good,
Yeah.
right?
You were, and you were.
No, I wasn't. You know why I wasn't?
Why?
Because I looked at the videos of us dancing
Oh,
with
yeah.
Dakota. And says, I look twice as fat as I thought I was.
No, but you still had made a lot of progress.
I made
so you
progress.
you were doing good.
And I looked at it and thought, because I see you stand there, right? And I see you have the structure of a man.
Right.
And I said, mate, look, I don't look like a man.
Oh.
I look like a fat dad still.
Oh.
And I wanted to, that's when I started taking my actual diet seriously.
Right.
It was after you left. Because, when we went to the restaurant and you told me, oh, is that big enough to share? I says, oh, no, it's not big enough to share.
Yeah.
And I made you guys get one each.
Yeah, and you noticed, oh wow, they don't eat as much as.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
And since then, I took my diet seriously. So after a year of working out, I went to I went to the vet,
Yeah.
got the snip, right? And they
Oh,
weighed
nice.
me.
Yeah.
And you know what I was? After a year of working out, 214 pounds. I lost
Oh.
4 pounds in a year?
What a way.
Yeah, because I went
Oh,
straight
yeah,
up,
yeah.
right? Because I thought I was doing well, and it's like, I didn't really care about my diet. I was still
Yeah.
working out,
Yeah.
but working out wasn't enough. I had to think about what I'm eating too.
Yeah. It's like increasing your income, but also increasing your spending.
Yes,
It's-
that's
yeah.
exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And so I took my diet seriously, and I didn't realize, but I cut out sugar without knowing it.
Right.
Because I was just eating plain yogurt with berries and granola in the morning.
Yeah.
I'd have salads with salmon and stuff like that. And come Dakota's birthday, which was only about a month later,
Yeah.
I had ribs. It's got the sweet sauces, sweet baby rays, right?
Yeah.
That night I felt sick.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
just
the
from the sugar.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't know I was sugar free until
Right.
my body was just not used to the sugar.
right. Interesting.
Anyway, so I wanted to talk to Braden about this topic because Braden has always been fit. And so I lent on his knowledge to help me with my transformation. And I thought, this being the beginning of the year, and a lot of you guys would be in the same boat. And maybe there's some things, all I know. There's some
Yeah.
things that Braden can teach you. For example, protein shakes. I asked Braden what protein shake, and at the time I didn't know, but that's a passion of his. Is the ingredients in protein shake, what's good and what's crap. I do want to talk about how to feel good about yourself. Not sure when to bring that in.
That's okay. So with protein, I think first thing I want to say, like, if you're someone who knows nothing about protein powder, everyone has different levels of knowledge what they know about protein powder. Some people think protein powder is like this magical potion that you just drink and it like gives you like
Muscles.
it's like steroid. No, it's not. Protein powder is not, and it's not dangerous. Protein powder is literally just food in powdered form. Like it's just depending on what type of protein powder is. It's just food. It's just like a powder. Like if you're gonna have a Milo or whatever, or not Milo in America, what do you have? Like I don't know. What's a powdered drink or something?
Coffee?
Coffee? I don't know. It's just powdered. I don't know. It's like flour. Just kidding. But it's literally food. So it's not.
It's not flour and water.
That's it. There's nothing magical about it. So all it is, it's if you don't like protein powder, if you are getting enough protein through other food sources, then that's fine. You don't have to, like, there's no requisite of, you don't have to have protein powder. But if you enjoy protein powder, if you like,
so what's
drinks,
protein powder for then? If it's
well, basically, it's just to increase your protein intake.
just to make sure you have protein
It's a convenient way to quickly get some protein.
instead of cooking up a chicken.
Instead of cooking chicken, having to chew it and eat it and swallow it, it's just like shake it up, drink it, done. You know, and it's something more. It's a supplement, so you add it to whatever you're eating.
Is there any truth to the thing that you need to have so much protein after a workout?
No, that's a myth.
Really?
So, yes. So, I mean, I'm not a scientist, so there could be some studies that support that it is beneficial to take it immediately after a workout. If you don't never heard of it, the myth is like, oh, you have to have your protein shake or whatever within 30 minutes of after working out.
Right. Yeah, that's what I
So,
heard.
yeah, that's what I always heard too. But the reality is, even if it did help, the reality is all you need is enough protein per day.
Right.
So if you're having all your protein in one meal, like there's not going to be any noticeable difference between that and having your protein at the right time.
What happens to the body if you don't have enough protein?
Basically you atrophy. So your muscles, protein is basically like the building blocks. Well, protein is made up of amino acids, and amino acids are what your muscles basically require to be made. So if you're not eating protein, then your muscles will be shrinking essentially, which is atrophy.
Is that
So your body's
eating your muscle
basically,
to getting your calories from your muscle?
yeah, basically.
So wouldn't it get calories from your fat?
Both.
Oh,
Because there's three macronutrients. There's protein, carbohydrates, and fats. And so your body needs all three. So macro means big, so that's your macronutrients, and all the micronutrients are all the other things that you get in all the other.
so
Anyway, not to get too technical here.
Ah.
So basically, you just need enough protein. So if you're trying to build muscle, they say like 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight that you weigh if you're trying to build muscle. In reality, you don't actually need that much. To survive, I think you need like 0.3 grams of protein per pound or something. So you don't actually need that much to
okay, so
survive.
if you're not
Yeah.
not a chemist and weighing everything,
Yeah.
so like I'm
How do you figure it out?
I'm never reading the ingredients and the calorie count or the protein count.
Yeah.
So I'm never doing that. I think I represent the average person who doesn't go into it that much.
Yeah.
So you were telling me there are some rubbish protein powders.
Yeah.
That say and different proteins are different effectiveness.
Yeah, there's more protein scams.
Oh.
So to put it simply, a good protein source that I like is whey protein, which is basically, curds and whey, like comes from milk. It's from the cow, it's whey. When they make cheese or whatever, it's like the off byproduct of that whey. So whey protein is it's the most popular, and I think it's the best form of protein available. There's other like non-dairy ones, like you can get pea protein and stuff. But anyway, do your own research, but I'm not recommending this. This is not advice, but whey protein is popular. But when you buy a whey protein, here's where the scam is. So there's two types. There's like whey protein isolate, which is like a more refined version, i.e. better quality. And there's whey protein concentrate. So WPI and WPC. We need to put some text on the screen so you can
Okay.
understand.
Yeah.
So WPI is better quality, but it's more expensive. WPC is less quality and it's cheaper. And then what the scam is, most protein powders in the market are really crap because they've made a protein blend. So they've blended the good with the cheap, and then sometimes you don't even know what percentage you're getting of what. So personally, I prefer to only take the good quality stuff because it's easier to digest and it's just like a more refined version. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like imagine white sugar. No, it's like brown rice and white rice. I don't know, white rice. Not in a health comparison, just in terms of like, just to give an example, like
Okay.
white rice is more refined than
Right.
brown rice. Imagine buying a rice bag, and you can't see what's inside of it, and a percentage of it is brown rice, and a percentage of it is white rice.
Okay.
It's like you just want to get what you want.
Right.
Like if you're wanting the white rice, I just want to know I'm buying white rice.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So the scam is there's kind of two scams. One is that's common is like it just says a whey protein blend, and they don't tell you the percentages of what. Does that make sense? So they're kind of it's like a filler. The WPC, the cheaper stuff.
Oh,
is
so
like
they
a filler.
could put 5% of the good stuff and the rest is the rubbish stuff,
Exactly.
and sell it as the good stuff blend.
Yes, exactly. And it's like
Oh.
it has it in it. It's like, oh wow, that's good. And people don't know.
Right.
People the fitness industry, no one actually knows what they need or want.
I-
It's just marketing crap.
I saw
Yeah.
I heard an analogy, a metaphor, of fiber in white bread, right?
Yeah.
So the metaphor was if you got a homeless guy, took away all his clothes,
Yeah.
but gave him socks, says, "Look, we clothe the needy."
Yeah. 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 Exactly.
Right.
Anyway, so the other thing is sometimes they do show you like sometimes they do list the ingredients. You know how the ingredients list in order of what is most. So the better protein blends, they actually list like even if they say WPI first on the list and then WPC second, the cheap one second. The thing is they may not show you the percentage still. So that could be 51% of the good stuff and 49% of the crap stuff.
Or it could be 1% of the good stuff.
Oh no! Because if it's to be on top, it
Oh,
has
to be on the top. Oh, I see. Yes.
For it to be on top, that all it needs to be is the majority.
Majority,
Right? So
right.
if it has slightly more of the good stuff than the bad stuff, then it's on top, right? So ideally, I look for one that has no WPC. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Do your own research on that, but I prefer WPI. Just because I'm
Maybe
not
this is
quality.
part of their own research.
Maybe that is, but I'm not qualified to give any advice on this. That's what I'm trying to say. But that's one scam. The other scam is they will add other things like they'll add even digestive like enzymes and stuff, or I don't know. Like I would prefer just
Isn't
to get
saliva a digestive enzyme, so I could spit it up.
they give you they call it something that's like proprietary. They call it a name like this is a digestion assistance.
Oh, they give it a different whole
and you don't know what it is.
pronoun.
Yes, there's like a they branded it something.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Like the super digestive formula, and you're like, well, what is that? I don't know what that is. And
Like
it's-
McDonald's 100% beef. That's their trade name.
Oh yeah, so basically, and then other there can be flavors and other stuff that you just don't want. So the protein powder that I use, it took me ages to find one because all of them are just full of marketing crap, trying to just sell people who don't know what they're getting. But I finally found one that's like just 100% whey protein, grass fed, which I think is good whey protein, and it has I think how do you say it? Lecithin? Lecithin? Is that how you say it?
Lecithin.
Lecithin. So lecithin is basically it's an emulsifier. So basically, it's impossible to have a protein powder without an emulsifier. Emulsifier basically means it helps it keep its powdered form.
Oh.
It keeps it like
Otherwise, it'll be
clumpy and
meat.
yeah, essentially. So, anyways, if you're a scientist, you know about all these words. So, basically, there's no such thing as like 100% protein with no emulsifier.
right.
So there's two common emulsifiers, which is a soy lecithin and a sunflower lecithin. That's the main two common
So
ones.
does that help mix it in?
Yeah, it makes it more. It makes it blend easier and mix easier,
Okay.
and it's impossible. There's not one on the market. Well, prove me wrong if there's one on the market that doesn't have an emulsifier in it. Anyways, protein powder scam. So I recommend just make sure you're getting what you want.
So what do you drink?
I can't remember what it's called. I just whey protein.
Actually, we'll
Yeah.
put it in the link.
This one.
This one in the link. Actually, I drink it.
Yeah.
That's the one I drink, and it tastes like oats.
Yeah.
Tastes like oatmeal breakfast.
Oh, you drink the one I drink?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
because I saw Brie.
Yeah.
She recommended it on her podcast.
Yeah.
Not podcast, her vlog. And
Yeah.
so that's the one I got. Actually, because I asked you, and he says,
Yeah.
"Oh, I love this topic," and so I asked you, and so
Yeah.
that's the one I get. I actually, it's cheaper if you get it on. You can get it on Amazon on a subscription,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
and so I get it every 2 months.
Nice.
And
Wow.
so and that's part of my actual diet plan too. So
Yeah.
I'll use it sometimes as a meal supplement. And now recently I've just mixed it with water. 'Cause it
Nice.
just goes down really easy. It mixes easy. Because I've had protein powders that shake and it's
Yeah.
lumps in it.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, I've got paste.
Yeah.
So that-
Yeah.
It hasn't mixed up.
Yeah.
But I'll use it. I know I don't get enough protein
Yeah.
actually. Because
It's hard. It's actually quite hard. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. Which is why protein powder is like a convenient way of adding more.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you want me to talk about how to feel good about yourself?
Okay. Tell us. Yeah.
Okay. So, there's a story. I went to actually, I might talk about it in a different vlog.
Sure.
But I went to a place for Dakota, to a water park called the Wilderness at the Smokies. Amazing indoor water park. It was amazing. Huge slides, a big dump tank, a wave pool.
Yeah.
And there was hardly anyone there because we escaped Disney because there was a big
Right.
hurricane coming.
Yeah.
So we went inland and we found this lovely pool. And we didn't know what we're getting into. But it turned out to be a happy accident. Anyway, so this is where you got to go if you want to feel good about yourself. Indoor water parks have the biggest Americans in them. Huge. And no matter what your size is, you'll feel good about yourself being next to someone bigger.
Right.
And they don't care what they got there. No, I used to wear a lot of shirts all the time in the water, right? But they don't care.
Right. So, well, yeah.
Oh, they're huge. Now,
If you're huge and going to water parks, good on you. Proud of you for feeling confident. That's good.
but I got to tell you about some phobias I have.
Yeah.
I have phobias. My biggest phobia is hair where it's not supposed to be. Hair is
Shower
supposed to
tray?
be on your head.
Right.
The shower tray.
Yeah.
The shower, when the hair is in there,
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't deal with it.
Yeah.
Erin does that for me. She'll clean that up. And the other one is, watch this video.
Okay.
Okay, tell me what you watch this video and tell me what your thoughts are.
Oh, what the heck? What?
So this is from called Human the Movie, but look how many people in there. Okay, and this is typical of an Asian wave pool, right?
People do this for fun?
Yeah, that's fun.
What? I've never seen more people
Okay,
in one spot at one time ever.
so what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts there?
My thoughts are, what happens? Oh, I know. What happens if you need to go pee?
No, that's not my thought.
How do you get out? I want to get out now.
Oh, well, that's another thing. So here's my issue.
Okay.
Here's my issue. You're in the water with all those people, and
What,
basically,
there's water in there? No.
Actually, there's a YouTube video that says, "Where's the water?"
Yeah.
And there's lots of YouTube videos of this type of thing going on, and so what I see is lots of marinating going on. Does every single person there wipe their butt effectively?
Oh.
It's brewing a poo stew. He says, yeah, but the chlorine kills it. Not immediately, it doesn't.
Right.
You're still brewing in it. And so the next day, we went to this water park. We were there for 2 days.
Yeah.
The first day was great. There was hardly anyone. The next day was Friday, and it was busy.
Right.
Really busy. And there were, hair, what do you call it, under the bed? What's it?
Dust bunny.
Dust bunny.
Yeah.
Like dust bunnies floating in the bottom of the pool.
Mm.
And some of these great big hairy men
Oh,
You-
they've shed it off them?
do Does every hair stay put where it's supposed to be? No, it can't be. They're molting in the pool, and you're marinating in with this poo stew and hair. Right, this is my
Right,
brain.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
when my brain goes.
Yeah.
And I saw a band-aid floating in the bottom.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
wait, if you can't tell, he's a major germaphobe.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's going to get worse. I'm going to ruin it for everyone. Watch this video. This is TikTok.
Now, this patient went into the hospital. I don't know if it was an appointment or the ER. I'm not sure. But what I do know is that he was overweight, 400 plus pounds. And they asked him, do you go number 2 regularly? And he said yes. And they asked him, well, how do you clean yourself back there? How do you wipe yourself? And he said, I don't. I never wipe myself. I can't reach back there. And they said, well, what do you do then to clean yourself after going number 2? He said, once a week, I go to 24-hour fitness and I use their jacuzzi and I let the bubbles just clear it all out. Did you hear me?
What?
Once a week, he goes to a 24-hour fitness jacuzzi and he lets the bubbles clear it all out.
It's disgusting.
This is not true. That is not true. Who is this person talking?
Don't know, but you think about it. If you can't reach there, if you can't reach to clean yourself, and then you're going to the public pools,
Oh.
and you're in the wave pool, you imagine
Oh.
that.
Now,
Asian-
now, watch out.
Now, you see that wave pool a little bit different now, don't you?
Gross.
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 Now,
Ugh.
I'm not body shaming, but if you can't reach there and clean effectively,
There's an invention called a shower. No, I'm just kidding.
you can't come in my hot tub.
Yeah.
But I think, and I feel sorry for those who can't.
Of
And
course,
I
yeah.
think if you have a desire, like my desire to fix myself
Yeah.
was for a couple of reasons, for myself and because Dakota,
Yeah.
you know what she said, recently she loves the morning cuddles and stuff like that. And I said to her, oh, I got to go and work out. She says, yeah, okay, you work out because I don't want you to get old and die.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's clever.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
and you know, there's a picture of me throwing Dakota
Yeah.
in the
yeah,
air.
Yeah.
As she was telling Grandma, she's zoom up, look at his muscles.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's awesome.
Look at his muscles. And so
That's cool.
I've got a little daughter to impress.
That's cool.
So I think being healthy for your family is a gift for your family as well, and not being a drag, or to have energy so you can enjoy things with the family,
Yeah.
to enjoy life. Yes, it's hard work, but like I said before, not as hard as bad health or suffering different things.
Yeah.
I have heard
Yeah.
a lot of it seems like the fitness industry,
Is never in agreement.
yeah, they
Yeah,
never
it's true.
agree
It's-
with
it's-
stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
It just makes it confusing for anyone trying to get answers to things.
it
a
is
little bit.
it is hard.
Everyone has a different opinion. so,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we look at jacked people and says, yeah, they look like me, and they always have their shirt off in interviews and stuff like that. I think not everybody wants to be like that.
Yeah.
They
okay,
just want to
valid.
be
True.
healthy,
Yeah.
right? And so I think that's where I lean on your knowledge.
Right.
I had an idea.
Okay.
I had
what's
an
your
idea. Okay, so I have not discussed this with Braden.
Okay.
And I think, tell us if you think this is a good idea too. What if we had a different podcast, health and fitness podcast,
Okay.
that gave, and they wouldn't have to be long ones, could be just 10-minute bites or 15-minute bites
Sure.
of little topics that people could use it as information or motivation, or maybe little health tips.
Oh, a serious one.
A serious one.
What's
No, not a Boofhead garbage one.
a good head? No,
A good head.
The good heads.
A
Boofhead.
Boofhead fitness.
But then we have to be all serious.
Oh.
Just kidding.
But it's an
Okay,
it's an idea. But
Let us know. Let us know if you're interested in that.
because I always call Braden and get information off him, and Braden gave me little workouts that I still follow now. It's a routine. He showed me a free app that I can track my progress.
Oh yeah.
And I still use that. I'm probably need to change it up because I've been doing this one exercise.
Right. As you were saying,
routine.
there's actually some helpful things that we could be sharing.
Yes.
It's not just like
There's-
look at
I-
this stupid joke thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
benefited from
Right.
your knowledge,
Yes.
and I think I'm in the same boat as everyone. And I think I'm being 57. I was.
57?
I feel well.
Oh,
It's
you're
August. I'll be
yeah.
57. But
Sorry.
I was looking at the quick fix 2-month thing and says something I don't drop weight and then just eat like a pig again.
Yeah.
So I do have a consumption problem.
Right.
I get attached to taste.
Yeah.
I just want it.
Yeah.
And I'll have 3-4 bowls and I can't move anymore.
Right.
Yeah, so I have an issue, but I try and control it. But I'm increasing my
True. Well,
fitness level to try and
I'll
combat
give you
that.
one tip because I think a lot of it comes down to kind of how we're raised. And Brie was reading a book and she told me, I don't know what book it is, but she told me that she learned something in the book was that apparently your like, I don't know, mentality around food and your appetite matures around adolescence. So in other words, like kind of the behaviors and beliefs and attitudes around your appetite at a young age, you carry on for the rest of your life. Almost.
Right, so
Some
that was
people-
wired into
Some
me.
people really struggle. Like some people like really eat a lot of food all the time, and then they don't feel full easily.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
from a young
that's
age, yeah, from a young age, you've kind of developed that pattern. So if you're someone who you carry patterns throughout your life. So some people who are big when they're young.
I should tell you
end
what
up
my
getting
pattern
bigger and
was
bigger
as a
and bigger.
kid. Mm.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works. And for me, I think, I mean, to be honest, like it's not that hard because I don't feel like I have a huge appetite. Like I'll happily go eat fast food like all the time, McDonald's and KFC or whatever, and I just don't overdo it. Like I eat
See,
what's
that's the-
appropriate,
that's the
and
thing,
I don't
you-
find it too challenging. So
I see.
I know I'm
Bree's-
privileged. I'm
I
privileged.
see-
There we go.
well, I see Bree's vlogs.
Yeah.
And you guys are eating McDonald's and frappes and stuff.
Right.
I thought, what?
Yeah.
How are they eating that crap and
Yeah.
still be fit looking?
Well, I think a lot is genetics as well, to be honest. Sorry, a lot is genetics, but I think a lot of it is to do with, not overdoing
But
it.
they're my genes. I gave you those genes.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So here's our.
So it is a real mental thing.
Right.
It's not just. It's about your beliefs and mental. I don't know.
So that,
neurological.
can
It's
you
neurological.
can you
yeah.
change them?
I believe so. Yeah, it might take.
Okay. Here's how I was raised.
Yeah.
I was raised, where everything on your plate had to be finished.
Yeah.
And we would be at the table for hours, and I didn't like the cooking
Yeah.
that my parents gave me, right? And there'd be things I had to choke down, and I had to eat it before I left the table.
Yeah.
But there's a opposite thing where when we went to parties and stuff, potluck dinners, whatever they were,
Yeah.
and I'd be at the table. Oh, look at these great things, because my mum was a health
Oh
nut.
yeah, she didn't give you the yummy
Yeah,
things.
I wanted the
Yeah.
yummy things, right? The pancakes and the ice cream.
Go
and-
to grandma's house and
Yes.
Yeah.
And I what? And they would shoo me away from the table. Get away, get away, get. The adults eat first.
Scarcity.
right?
Yeah.
And so I wanted. And the more they stopped me from getting it, the more I wanted it.
Yeah.
And one time, I was a teenager, we went to a buffet.
Yeah.
First time we ever went to a buffet. We thought
Right.
it was like discovering gold.
Yeah.
And crab legs and all sorts of things. We're all skinny as rakes, right?
Yeah.
And we would have put napkins on our laps,
Oh yeah.
and we
Take it home.
yes, yes, we wrapped it up. We wrapped it up and
Put it on your shirt.
Mum had a bag or something.
Oh, yeah.
And we had leftovers for lunch at school the next day.
Oh.
It was awesome. And we thought it was great. Anyway, so mum and dad
That's a good tip. That's a good tip.
Mum and Dad come back from a date one night, and they told us a story, and they said they just came back from the same place,
Yep.
this one RSL restaurant they went to. And they told us 6 months ago, they said they got kicked out and banned from that RSL club
Oh, yeah,
because
cool.
Dad was doing that.
Yeah.
He was stealing food, right?
Yeah.
They-
It's generational. You're getting a lot of that. Yeah.
He was stealing food.
Oh, for him, it was more of like, oh, this is a good deal. And for you guys, you're like, oh, I like this food. I want to keep it.
Bit of
Well,
both.
Vic, he was like that as
Bit
well.
of both.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So he was taking food home and it got busted and, expelled, banned from it.
Yeah.
I think it was for 6 months. It was some amount of time. Anyway,
Right.
then
Suspended. It's a
suspended.
suspension.
Yeah.
Suspension.
Then 2 months later, apparently, it was 2 months later. They won a competition. I'm not sure what the competition was for, but the funny thing was the prize of the competition was a dinner for two at that restaurant. And the guy that served them was the guy that expelled them.
Oh, and it's like they had to treat them. And
Yeah.
it's like
yeah.
so smug. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so my dad, I was led to believe, so conflicting, it's so confusing, because I had to eat everything off of my plate,
Yeah.
but I'd be at the breakfast table, I'd make 5 pieces of toast or whatever.
Yeah.
I was growing up, right? I'm not sure what it was. I'd have 20 sandwiches for lunch at school, 20 of them, 20 slices of bread.
What?
Yes.
How many slices are on a loaf?
I don't know, it was nearly a loaf.
And you make this yourself?
No, Mum made it for me.
What?
The
Mum-
salad
Okay,
sandwiches.
Daryl, here's 18, 19,
Yeah.
20. What?
Yes.
Wow.
I would.
You just asked her and she said yes?
I was skinny as anything. I was skinny as a rake. Then I'd be playing handball and I would eat other people's leftovers. Yeah, because
Are you hearing this?
they take the ham out of the sandwich. They eat the ham and throw the bread away. Oh, don't throw that away. And I'd take it.
Yeah, you're the human.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so when I was a teenager and I'd make all this toast, and Dad would make me leave the toast on the kitchen bench, uneaten, and get out in the farm working. And I'd and die.
Yeah.
And so that, like you said, that wiring
Yeah.
happened, and so I'm wired to consume.
Yeah.
And I, like last night, double beef patty. I don't need double beef.
Yeah.
I couldn't be satisfied with just the one.
Yeah.
But no extra
Yeah.
charge.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
more calories. If you get it for free, there's no calories to that, right?
Yeah. That's it. And for me, it's the opposite. Like my struggle is I need to be eating more, and I am very like content with. Oh, I know I've had enough. This is good. I'm satisfied. So basically, my issue is I'll be able to have whatever's on my plate. I can finish it. But if you were to give me more afterwards, eventually the switch is off. Like I've finished and I can't have more. It's like it'd be a lot of effort for me to be like force myself to eat something else afterward.
Really.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of effort, massive effort, for me to leave something on my plate.
Yeah. Oh, Brie always, my wife, she always leaves something. Oh, she did when I met her. She always leaves something on her plate, no matter what. No matter
Yeah.
how big or small the portion was, she likes to leave something on the plate uneaten.
I-
I don't know. It's weird. I didn't get it. Yeah.
In America, they always give you boxes to take leftovers home, right? Always.
Yeah.
They give you massive meals, and
Yeah.
they always, you need a box, you need a box.
Yeah.
And when Erin and her mother, like, I'm consuming, and I look at their meals, says they're not eating all that. And then
Tomorrow's lunch.
they put it in the box. So they tease me twice. They tease me because they're not eating it, and the next day it's in the fridge. And it's
Right.
But sometimes I inherit that.
Right. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
But yeah, I'm just love food a lot. But because I've gone on this journey of it, because it's so hard to lose the weight, I don't want to waste that effort.
Right.
And so I consciously do eat less now.
Mhm.
But sometimes the taste is so good, I just can't stop.
Yeah.
Oh, this is useless.
This is useless.
You're useless.
You're useless to me.
So when it comes to, fitness and weight loss, surely there's some stupid things that people try and use and do and a bit useless, right? Like,
Yeah.
what are
yeah.
some things that you've seen?
You see the commercials.
Oh, the
Yeah, have you seen that shake weight?
oh yeah, like the infomercial products, the
Yeah.
shake weight. It's like a dumbbell that shakes. And
Yeah.
it looks a bit suggestive. Yeah.
And all these stupid things for one exercise for these muscles here.
Yeah.
It's so easy to do. And look how fit I am.
Yeah. And they pay like supermodels
Yeah.
to come and like use this product on the show, on the video. And it's like, I can guarantee that person did not get fit using that product.
I've said
Like-
that on Facebook and
Yeah.
some ads. I says, I bet a spokesperson, they'll promote a product.
Right.
And
yeah.
and I'm trolling them. I says,
Yeah.
I bet you've never used this in your life.
Right. Yeah. So what I want to see people who've bought those infomercial fitness products. I want to see, are there any legitimate before and afters of any success stories?
Yeah, really.
I can
Yeah.
guarantee they just folded them up and put them under the bed
Yeah.
and never used
See
them.
that? How big is their bed to have all this equipment? You can fold it up and put it under your bed.
The people designing these products, like, okay, what's a product I can create that's going to get folded up, going under the bed and never used? And then they'll buy the next product we make as well.
Yes, yes.
That's literally how they design.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's how the fitness industry survives, huh? Like,
Yeah.
on people's whims. I want to get fit, but you got to work on your own commitment, don't you? So when I contacted you for advice,
Yeah.
I just wanted half an hour to do something for 2 months, but now I actually go for about an hour and a quarter per workout.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I've learned something actually.
Yeah.
So even if you're someone who doesn't like working out, there's a thing called NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is basically not planned activity. So like walking, shopping, like just doing normal activities that isn't exercise, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that you actually burn like a larger portion of your calories throughout the day from doing those types of things. So if you can just make an effort to be more active in your day to day.
Other than just sitting down on the computer.
Exactly.
Whatever.
So that's more beneficial than sitting down all day and doing like a 30-minute workout. If you can just somehow try and take the stairs more, or walk to the shops, or take your dog for a walk, like those little simple things.
You know what's useless?
That's good.
This is what's useless.
What?
People who try and get the closest parking spot to the,
To the
gym,
Yeah.
and then they get on the treadmill.
Yeah.
So useless.
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 And then, or I don't know, I've seen some pictures of gyms that have like the escalators instead of the
Oh,
stairs,
really?
or the elevators, you know?
Oh,
I mean, if you have a wheelchair or disabled, sure. But
there's a gym near our place
yeah.
that on Thursday nights give out free pizza.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, the worst thing is when you have a gym that's like next to like McDonald's or something, and it's like tempting, you know? Anyways.
You know, I haven't eaten at McDonald's for, this will be the 12th year.
Oh, I haven't eaten McDonald's all year. All year I haven't had McDonald's.
Few
Doing
days.
well, yeah, seriously.
You know, hey, talking about neat programs.
Yeah.
What's the acronym?
NEAT, NEAT. So, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You know when you have a good fart, right?
Is that neat?
Is that neat? Do you burn calories? I know everyone's thought of this, I think. Because you feel, oh, yeah. Because you know, methane gas, you can burn it, right? So we know calories is energy, right?
Right.
So if you burn your fart, have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Funniest thing, right?
Yeah.
Blue darts.
Yeah.
That's actual energy methane that's burning off. When you fart, are you losing calories?
I don't think so. Because a fart is just, well, I don't know the science of this, but it's just escaping you. It's just sitting inside you and escaping.
So I Googled it.
Oh, like your body's producing it.
Yeah, but
Right,
I
your body-
Googled it.
Yeah, it does.
And the sad news is it doesn't.
That's the sad news.
Because you know, you're releasing gas and your body feels skinnier.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The Mayo Clinic said you actually burn more calories with the effort of farting, the strain.
Oh.
Pushing out, you'll burn calories more than losing it.
Oh yeah.
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 So yeah, that you're right. Because the body's actually producing, well, not the body, the food
The food. Yeah.
is just releasing that gas, and you're releasing that gas yourself, right? So
Right.
no, the strain will burn the calorie,
Right.
the 0.000% of the
Or
calorie.
holding it in will keep burning more calories.
hold
it in. Yeah. the strain of
So-
keeping
so
it.
how much-
What about needing to go to the toilet? What if you just don't go for a while and just
Oh
hold
man,
it? That will burn.
that's a protein issue, isn't it? If you have too much
Oh,
protein
yeah.
without fiber.
Yeah.
Man, I gave birth to an angry baby boy the other day.
Oh yeah.
Man, I was sweating.
No.
Oh man, that's horrible. So I think with your diet, you need to balance it. You just can't have protein because that
Yeah.
can hurt you.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh,
Anyways, yeah.
if you stuck around this long, thank you. Can you leave a comment if you want to ask Braden a question about fitness or some advice or something? Leave us a comment. Would you like to see a podcast with hints and tips on healthy lifestyle, fitness? If you want to get jacked, maybe you can do that too. But I think for the average person who wants just to be fitter and not unhealthy, I think you can really add a lot of value. And maybe we can do a Discord where because what helps me is I actually report to Braden and Cassidy on a daily basis. Whenever I work out, I send my workout to Braden. And
Yeah.
I think we become the sum average of the closest 5 people we hang out with on all sorts of issues. And so if you want to be fit and healthy, you've got to associate people who are in that conversation.
Right. Yeah.
And I think having someone like yourself to report to your progress and everything, and having that feedback and that encouragement, I think that adds to. If I was doing it on my own, I don't think maybe I would be as successful in the progress.
Yeah.
So maybe maybe we could do a Discord where people on the Strong app, you can send your workout
Oh yeah.
to the Discord.
Let us know. Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
So I have a question for you about going back to working out and exercising. So have you tried CrossFit or what's your
Okay.
what's your opinion on CrossFit?
CrossFit, I've seen a lot of YouTube videos for the entertainment purposes of it, mocking CrossFit because the techniques are super bad. Like instead of doing, for example, the what do you call them? Dips, right?
Yep.
Instead of doing a good form dip, just using muscles to lift yourself, they'll kip up with their legs
Oh yeah.
to
Yeah.
get up. So a lot of really bad techniques to get the result of getting up, but actually not using your muscles to get yourself up. So there's a lot of YouTube funny ones of people mocking people doing CrossFit.
Yeah. Because the reason I brought this up is I used to have that opinion. I used to think CrossFit was stupid, and I used to also mock it.
Yeah.
But I recently actually tried a CrossFit workout. Like
Oh, yeah?
my brother-in-law does CrossFit, and he's really into it. And he's like, "Oh, here's what I'm doing," and I was like, "Oh, I'm curious." So it was 100 pull-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 100 squats, just bodyweight squats.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, "Oh, that doesn't sound too hard." So I want to try and see, because how it works is it's timed. You have to do it under a time limit, and it's like how fast can you do it? That's the challenge.
And now they're doing like full push-ups or
No, the push-ups have to be full, but the pull-ups, it just has to be get your chin over the bar.
Yeah.
So it can be kipping and butterfly, all those what you call bad techniques. So the idea isn't, it's a different style of training. And my experience is it's an endurance thing. Like, to be honest, I found it so difficult, and I never want to do it again. I'm not interested. I threw up afterwards.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's a real fitness challenge. So it's not everyone's cup of tea. But the reason why I don't bag on it now is because I understand the goal isn't to do strict form or anything. The goal is I need to get 100 as fast as possible. So what's the most efficient way I can just get my chin over the bar? So that's why if you try it, there's no way you're going to do 100 pull-ups.
Here's my attitude on it is
Yeah.
even if it's bad technique, as long as you don't hurt yourself,
Yeah.
it's better than sitting at the computer just watching YouTube videos.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you're moving.
Yeah.
You're being mobile.
And
So-
yeah. And it's not bad technique. It's just a different style. Like, what's your goal? So if you're trying to get the biggest muscles you can, then yeah, it's probably better to do strict form pull-ups. But if your goal is to perform that movement as many times as possible in a short amount of time possible, it's better to do the most efficient way of moving.
I can't
You know what I
imagine
mean?
throwing up. Oh, that must
You
be
never done
bad.
that? If I push myself really hard,
Yeah.
I will throw up. Yeah.
Really?
But I'm not like, to be honest, I'm not like, I don't have good endurance. Like, I'm more interested in doing something once that's cool in one go. I'm more of a sprinter mindset. I'm not like a go for a long time. But some people are interested in that, and I'm not. But dude, my hands were like bleeding. My skin,
What?
the pull-ups like ripped my skin. I was
Really?
like, yeah, my hands are bleeding after like the first 30, and I had to I'll show you a picture of it. Yeah, you can see my hands were all ripped up. So
Man.
it toughens you up if you need to do that many pull-ups. It was hard. So anyways, I hated it, but it's not my cup of tea. But if you like endurance, then go for it.
I think most of our audience, if they're anything like me, and don't want to exercise, I don't think I want to
No,
do
you're
that.
not going to want to do that.
Yeah.
But there's no like perfect exercise. There's no like right or wrong. It's whatever you want to do. So just experiment, see what you like, and do what you want to do. It's up to you. If you enjoy that, I didn't. I'm not going to ever do it again. But yeah.
So I think maybe because it's a huge topic, isn't it? Fitness is huge.
Yeah.
Like some people say sprinting, some people say walking.
Yeah.
They say lots of benefits of 10,000 steps a day or versus jogging
Right.
or sprinting better than I don't know. Lots of conflicting
Right.
information.
Interesting. Yeah.
But maybe
Yeah.
we can touch on it. And I think one of the things that I see people say, and I think is correct, is everybody's different. Do what works for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
One thing I find is something that bugs me. I don't know. It's like I seem to see a lot of people who are not in shape, but seem to have all the right answers about fitness.
Oh,
Do you
yes.
ever find that?
Yes.
Like they're experts. And
I was about to say someone's name. You and I know him. Big guy.
What? Cut this out. Oh. Name and shame. It's okay.
Okay.
Just kidding. No.
Oh, yeah,
No,
okay.
I'm not thinking of anyone in particular. I'm just thinking like, I'm not saying anyone that's really obese, but I'm just saying lots of people who have average physiques, who don't have the ideal physique that they probably want to have.
Yeah, and they're
seem
the
to-
experts.
They know. They think. They talk about it and they feel like they know what's
Yeah.
good and better.
Yeah, they're telling me all sorts of techniques. Oh, what you need to do this, you need to and they're just maybe they're just hearing themselves talk or be validated. I guess I'm not sure what it is. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'm trying to filter out what they're telling me. That's probably a good information.
Yeah.
And I think you can get good information from anywhere.
Or they always find like, oh, I recently found this new diet. Apparently, this is what's going to really work and help. You've ever had that conversation? It's like,
Oh.
We'll find
Okay,
out.
So here's a
oh,
conversation.
how'd that other diet go? You told me last year. Like,
Yeah.
no. This is the new one.
This one
Yeah.
guy that I'm talking
Yeah.
about, he was doing fit for life diet, right?
Right, yeah.
And so eat 6 meals a day, and and so you're supposed to eat good stuff like carrots
Right,
and stuff like
yeah.
that. And so I'm seeing he's eating a Mars bar. And says, "What are you eating that for?" Says, "You got to eat 6 times a day."
Yeah.
And I don't have a carrot on me, so I've got to eat. And he's eating a
Yeah.
freaking Mars bar.
Because I got to boost my metabolism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the,
Yeah.
okay.
This reminds me, so people giving advice about stuff, like people who think they're experts. I've hated going to the gym and you have these personal trainers who are not in shape coming, approaching you and like, hey bro, here's how to, you should actually change your technique a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
You
don't go to the gym, so I don't know.
My pet peeve is people trying to give advice, and there's two types. There's the actual personal trainers who come up to you because they're trying to get new clients, right? So they're trying to meet new people and talk to you and stuff.
Oh, the
And
poaching.
I hate personal trainers who are not in good shape. Like, please, if you're going to the gym, do not hire a personal trainer who does not have the ideal physique that you want to have.
It's like going to a hairdresser who doesn't have a
Bad
good
hair.
hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of personal trainers. I see them. To be honest, I've never really met a good personal trainer ever. So
Really?
I like personal trainers. I think that's a good thing for people to do, but you choose them wisely. Like, don't choose a financial advisor who doesn't know how to manage their finances. Right?
That's what I think.
Yeah.
If people in this group here, if they want personal because I do everything at home, I don't go to a gym.
Right.
So you've been able to give me workouts that I can do at home.
Right.
Body weight workouts. I've got 10, 20, 30 pounds and a bench.
Yeah.
So I feel like I get pretty much a full body workout. Maybe there's a lot I need to do yet.
Yeah.
So I've added burpees to it, right? Now I see it as a long life journey instead of a short fix. So I can just have a lifestyle that's healthy and I can be mobile without hurting my knees and back pain. You see, like a lot of back pain and all that crap.
Yeah.
And one thing that you really helped me with was technique. You know, when you came to my place, I'll just get the microphone.
That's okay.
When you came to my place and you noticed I was lifting
I
up
was
wrong.
showing you like, hey, do it like it, like
and
here.
So just
yeah.
turning my elbows in because you can hurt yourself.
Yeah.
If you're lifting it wrong.
Yeah.
And so what we think I think that's the benefit of personal training.
Yes, having someone who
Technique.
can coach you through it. Yeah.
Yeah, to do it properly, and maybe some little short videos on how to do those small exercises.
I don't know. I'm not a personal trainer, but
No, but I think people can benefit
Okay,
from
maybe.
someone who knows how to do it right.
Well, this kind of leads me back to my other point. So maybe you're right, but what I hate the most is people who are not personal trainers at the gym who will come up to people and be like, "Oh, hey, bro, like, oh, don't do it like that. Do it like this," and they're not in good shape. Like, there's this one guy at my gym who's like this kind of chubby guy. I see him all the time. Like, good on him for being at the gym. So I'm not trying to shame anyone being at the gym. I'm just shaming. Don't try and be a fake PT. I hate fake PTs who it's okay if someone asks you for help, but don't approach randoms telling them how to do it when you're not in good shape yourself.
Yeah,
That's
annoying.
my biggest pet peeve.
I know.
And I feel like, oh,
Fake gurus.
dude, if PT or not PT, if anyone came up to me who was in bad shape, I just would probably tell them, no, I wouldn't do this. I don't know. I feel like telling them, bro, like, it's no offense, but I don't want your physique. Like, I'm happy with how I look more than how you look. So I don't want your advice. Like, I don't know, that's a bit cocky, but
Yeah, I
just
think.
give advice if you can actually walk the walk. That's great.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think that goes for everything: financial
Yeah,
advice,
exactly.
Health advice, mental advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also listen to the ones who are qualified, especially if you're not fit looking.
Yeah, what qualifies you to tell anyone else what to do about it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, does that wrap us up?
I think that wraps us up.
That's it. So, hope you have a good January. Oh, hello.
Mars just wanted to be sponsored.
What?
Sponsored by Mars. With 20 grams of protein. Get your Mars bar. Just kidding.
If you don't have a carrot, use one of these.
So good luck with your fitness goals this year. We want to encourage everyone. We hope we didn't shame anyone. It's good to train. It's good to go to the gym. Do what you can.
And if you can wipe yourself right, you can come to my hot tub.
That's it. So good luck, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yep.
I guess we'll talk to you when we can actually find time to make another episode.